would like to preface this video by saying this isn't a video meant to enable or to grant gold players excuses as to why they're not in gold. What I mean by that is I don't want gold players to get this video and to take away from this video thoughts like, oh, this is why I'm not in gold because kdoty said the legend I'm playing is a legend you shouldn't play, so that's why I'm not in gold. It's not my skill level. No, you're in gold because you deserve to be in gold, because you have the skill level of a gold player. Because when you're in gold, there's so many things you could be doing better. There's so many things that you need to be doing that you're just not doing at all. And I don't want this video to be just granting excuses to gold players because they're playing a legend who is quote unquote bad and very unideal. Because I don't want to be that one Brawlhalla content creator or that esports player who has like a BMG has a gun to their head and makes them say like, oh, every legend is balanced, blah 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 blah. Like Wushing is just as good as Queen 9, just as good as Artemis, just as good as Lin Fate, just as good as like every game. They're all balanced. No, that's not true. Brawlhalla is not a very balanced game. Let's just be honest. Is it more balanced than some other fighting games out there? Sure, but it has some huge flaws with balance. However, it is viable. Every legend is viable, and even at myself, I could play any legend here. I could get them out of gold because there's just so much that you're not doing correctly or just not doing right, missing out on, like I've previously stated. As a gold player, there's just so much room for improvement. Even as a diamond player, there are like diamond axe mains who severely, criminally underutilize amazing aspects of Axe's kit. You have kdoty boys. They'll try a downlight recovery. They'll do like a downlight NSIG or something stupid. And there's so many diamond players. So they're solid at the game, but they're really not all around really good at the game. They're okay. They're just really good at doing one or two gimmicks and doing those one or two gimmicks really well. So there's just so much more room for improvement. So don't take away this video saying, oh yeah, this is an excuse as to why I'm not in gold. Yeah, it'd be easier to get out of gold if you didn't use these legends, but there's just so much you could be working on, so much you need to be better at, that really legend choice doesn't really matter to get out of gold. You can cheese your way out of gold, sure, but it'll come back to bite you, hopefully. Anyway, so let's just get right into it. So the worst Blasters legend in the game, I sure wonder who it is. It's definitely Cassie, no. It's Ada, you know the drill, you know how her strength, some of her stats don't match her SIGs. Come on, that's Blaster's side signature. Come on, BMG, that's just unacceptable. It doesn't match the 6 strength, doesn't match the 6 dex. I'm gonna assume you're playing 4 defense Ada, and doesn't match the hitboxes don't match the animation. Let me just get comfy in my chair. Excuse me. It's just the drill with Ada. So with Blasters. I will say as a caveat that you could argue that if you heavily prioritize SIGs over stats, you could be like, oh yeah, Isaiah could be the legend to avoid for you. However, I heavily prioritize stats over SIGs, and that combined with Ada's signatures being extremely niche, I find uses for them, but most of you will not find very much Ada NSIG for Blasters. Is it horrible? No. Is it super niche? Yeah, the drill with Ada and her signatures, so let's just move on. But yeah, Isaiah's stats are really good, but if you really prioritize stats, heavily prioritize SIGs, and maybe Isaiah's the one to avoid with you. But I would go with Ada. Spear, so this video is going to be under the assumption that if you're a Queen 9 player, if you're a Queen 9 player, it's not because you're a Spear main or because you're a Katara main. It's because you're a Queen 9 main. So I will not refactor in Queen 9 for Spear or Katars as a legend to avoid for Spear or Katars. Gonna have to go back to Ada again because, Spear downsig, it's the reason I continue to live and breathe in the toxic fumes of Brawlhalla. That's the day they nerf that signature. It's not overpowered, but, BMG, they just nerf things just to nerf them. But the day they nerf that signature is the day I just walk over to BMG and I kick down the doors and RPG their meeting room or something. Oh my god. But it's the her signatures aren't bad. Could they be better for could Spear NSIG actually match the animation with the hit? Yeah, there's things that could be better, could be improved upon, blah blah blah. Spear Slicing is good. Like, the Spear Slicings are solid. It's just... No, this is the squishiness is the issue with Ada, as it has always been. I mean, or has been for the last 4 years when her Sig stopped compensating for her, when signature nerfs made her, the strength of her signature stop compensating for her bad stats. Sir Roland is the sword legend. Not even Jiro now. It's Sir Roland. I just feel like, yes, he's a tanky boy, but you don't play Sir Roland. There's just no reason to play Sir Roland as a sword main. I just don't really. I feel like that kind of goes without saying. Lin Fei, if you play Cannon, well, we all know who you should be playing for a Cannon if you play Cannon, but Lin Fei, you play Lin Fei because you're a Cannon boy and a Katara's boy. You're dedicated to both weapons. Other than that, if you're just a Cannon's boy, just don't play Lin Fei. It's obvious. The reasons are obvious, so I'm not gonna get too much into that. I don't understand the fascination that many players have, like Wrenched. They have these like weird fascination with Dusk. Like people they're like, yeah, Dusk is the play, and they just forget about him, as he should be forgotten. This weird emo, sleep-deprived boy that likes playing with balls, spheres. Yeah, spheres. Like, I don't understand why people like Dusk so much, or some people like Dusk. Like, there are better Spear Legends. Sure, he's a better Spear Legend than, like, Ada because of his stats, but there's way better options that exist. There are way better options that exist. Like, his Orb signatures, yeah, they're good, but there's just still way better Orb Legends with way better signatures and way better stats. I just don't understand why to play Dusk. And he's objectively the worst Spear downstick in the game. It's just, why, when Fate exists, when Thor exists, when, like, I just... Even Reno, like, I don't understand why people would play Dusk if you play for an Orb Legend to main. It just doesn't make sense to me. I still think Magyar is not as bad as people claim him to be. Is he a depression legend? Yeah, he's not a fun legend to play. I don't think any Magyar main has a substantial amount of dopamine in their brain. But, because he's just not fun to play, I do think his signatures are less necessary on weapons that already kill, like, they're living kill options, and, like, have so many easy true kill options, and they just kill, if within of mum themselves, they're just killing intrinsically kill options, is the best way to put it. Like, Greatsword and Hammer, but, his signatures, yeah, they are still lacking, and they're just better options. You literally have Mako and Jaehyun, so I don't know why you would choose Magyar to main for Greatsword. But, you know, he's a tanky boy. If you can overcome overcome the 4 dex and 4 speed, if you can overcome those 2 stats and knock yourself out, I just don't think you really should make yourself go through that. And with Hammer, once again, Hammer, do you really need good signatures with Hammer? Like I said, it's not really necessary because Hammer's already a kill option. Can it enhance a legend? Sure, having good signatures can always make a good legend better, but, I mean, like, a legend with, even that already has kill options, like, it's, whatever. But, you know, I don't really see, like, I would even say Nash is kind of iffy, whereas Nash, that's what he would be if this wasn't sorted, like, for sort of XP. Even Nash, I would say, is an iffy choice, but he does have better stats. He is kind of fast, kind of tanky. He has the stats you want and need. Magyar is just super slow, and just, there's just no reason to play him if you play Hammer. There's just so many better options at your disposal. Actually, with Bo, there's not where is Bo. Let's just sort these guys by release date to make it easier. There's really not much you can go wrong to main choosing a Bo legend. Like Diana, you're gonna have to require some skill unless you want to be an N6 spammer, which you can always do. It's just between Kara, Kaya, and Zariel. If you value really good stats, I think Kaya's stats are really good, but if you value that kill power, I would go with Zariel. But even Zariel's a little bit slow. Kaya struggles to kill. Is really pick your poison with these two. I can't choose one or the other because of, like I said, the stats versus signatures and kill power disparity. But yeah, those would be the two legends I would want to avoid, but I feel like they're still very feasible legends to choose. Okay, Scythe is an interesting thing because Jiro has been getting buffs, buffs. And here's the thing with Jiro. Very important thing if you want to be a Jiro main, if you're considering choosing Jiro for Scythe. If you consider yourself a hardcore Scythe boy, and if you feel, this is extremely important, I can't stress how important this is, you choose Jiro as a Scythe boy to main in 1s or 2s or whatever, except Brawl Ball. God, why is Brawl Ball a ranked mode? Oh my god. BMG, questionable decision making, but that's what you guys live by, right? So, Jiro, if you feel like his high dex and high speed enables you to do more, you're a Scythe boy, and that high dex and high speed enables you to do more with Scythe, it complements your Scythe playstyle, it just overall just feels great with your Scythe gameplay, then sure, play Jiro. Wait, it doesn't match. The Scythe is literally behind his hand. What the heck? That telling me that it's not behind his hand. He's not holding that Scythe, but whatever. When you play Jiro, if you want to play Jiro, or if you play Jiro as a Jiro main, and it doesn't come across your head like, wow, this Scythe feels really good. I like playing Jiro because this Scythe feels really good. I feel like I'm able to do more things with this fast boy Scythe. If that doesn't come across your head while you're playing Jiro, then don't play Jiro. There's no reason to play Jiro. However, if that's something that's comes across like, oh yeah, I really like how this feels. I feel like I'm enabled to do more things because of his high dex and high speed. This just overall feels great. I'm having a good old time. Then you can play Jiro. But this is a crucial thing that you have that feeling of this feels good. If you don't have that feeling, then just play someone who's much better with Scythe, which would be literally any other Scythe legend. But even though he keeps getting buffed, he's getting buffed and buffed and buffed, maybe perhaps to the point where his signatures don't really reflect his stats, because his signatures might be slowly becoming better than his stats. I don't know if we've reached that point yet, but we may have. But still, even he's intrinsically inferior legend than other Scythe options. And people are saying Volkov's overpowered. That's just, I don't agree with that, but he's still better than Jiro. Axe, there's just so many, I can't really say any worse. Actually, no, I would say the worst Axe legend to choose is Jala. Really, Axe depends on your level of comfort with that secondary weapon. So it's really, like, even if I say, like, don't play Olgrim. But, it really just depends on your level of comfort with that secondary weapon. However, there's better options for Sword, there's better options for Axe itself. I just don't feel like Jala should be chosen. She's a glass cannon. I just really feel like there's just not much of a reason to really play her unless she. I just don't think there's a really reason to play her. Did I choose Gauntlets already? Wait, yeah, I skipped Gauntlets. Oh shoot, that'd be the Zariel situation. Every Gauntlets legend is basically overpowered in this game. Even without Gauntlets being overpowered. Gauntlet's legends in this game are just utterly insane for some stuff. You have Core, Wu Shang, and Val back to back, and then Rag. Oh, we have so many good legends like back to back. What the heck? And then you got Slow Girl, but it's like just every Gauntlet's legend in this game is just so good. And Zariel, like if you heavily prioritize those signatures, then by all means, go Zariel. But there's legends with better stats, like Cross. There's like Rayman. There's legends with better stats and signatures, like these three legends. I personally would not choose Zariel. But, to each his own. If you really like those hard-killing signatures that recover way faster than they should, it's just so stupid, but whatever. Lin Fei. You play Lin... Oh, that's not Lin Fei. What the heck? If you play Lin Fei because you like both guitars and Cannon. I don't know. Did I on it? I think I went over Cannon already. Hopefully I did. But regardless, you play Lin Fei because you're heavily dedicated to both weapons. And if you want to be a guitars boy and play Lin Fei, I think that 9 dex enables a 3-hit true combo. It would be like Dare and Light, D-Light or something along the lines of that. Maybe. I think Foda said it gives you a 3 combo at 9 dex. Hope maybe Foda might be lying and trying to finesse us to promote guitars meta or something. I don't know. But regardless, I think I would heavily advise against choosing Lin Fei. Unless you're just a super hardcore Katars canon and then a Lin Fei boy. There are better options that exist for Katars. I mean, like every legend, it's Lin Fei. The bat stats are not very good, and yeah. So to run down, its blasters would be Ada, spear would be Ada, sword would be Sir Roland, and of course Queen Nai. I'm assuming you don't play Queen Nai. If you play Queen Nai, it's because you're a Queen Nai main. That's not Sir Roland. If you play Queen Nai because you're a Queen Nai boy, not because you not because you want to be maining spear or guitars. It's more than that. You're a Queen Nai main. Orb would be Dusk, Cannon would be Lin Fei, Greatsword would be Magyar, Hammer would be Magyar, Bow, you can really it just doesn't really matter. It's between Bow or Kai and Zarya, but you can't really go wrong with Bow. Gauntlet, I would say Zarya. Axe, I would say it's Jala. And guitars, I would say Lin Fei. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Still 3 times the length I wanted it to be, but hopefully you guys get some insight to the legends that you should avoid in this game. Really, I just think if you take away nothing, I don't see why people are playing Dusk. Stop playing Dusk. It just doesn't make any sense to me. It's Dusk lives do not matter. He needs some sunlight, like I do. Jeez, I can hope I can make the next video when this time's. Lord knows all Brawlhalla players need some sunlight. Is the sun still out? It's foggy!